Hi, so it's been a minute since I've done a vlog, but I just kind of wanted to come on and talk about a practice strategy that I really like to use sometimes and that I think could help a lot of people. I've had a lot of athletes reaching out about what to do now that high school season's over and like the coach isn't always available and it's harder to schedule things in the summer, so what can we do to get better at javelin over the summer? And so I just figured I'd share something that works for me, something that my dad always wants me to do, and it has to do with landing your javelin. So if you don't want to just like constantly be like film, watch the film throughout your entire practice, which I do that sometimes, but another way to really coach yourself and learn about your throwing and get better at throwing is what my dad calls the javelin basics. So basically that means how you land your javelin. So when I go into a workout like this, I set myself up with a couple javelins and I just go walking on the grass, normally not necessarily off the runway, but also can be done off the runway. Both. You can do both. Let's throw both in for the sake of this vlog. And so basically what I'll do is I'll take, like yesterday I took 3 javelins out and I went ahead and just did, my warm-up, starting with my feet together, throwing over my head, feet, whatever your warm-up routine is that you do for a meet, when you go out and pick or for practice. And then you go ahead and set some intentions. So my intention was, okay, I'm going to do 5 in a row where they land completely flat. The javelin lands flat. And then I'm going to do 5 in a row where the javelin lands with the tip straight in at a 45-degree angle. That's what we call a power throw. And then I'm going to do 5 in a row where it rainbows and just like set that intention of how it's going to land and how many I'm going to do. So for me personally, it does take a lot of tries. I can definitely remember nights where it took me so many tries to get that many in a row. And so that's definitely a weakness that I work on, and that's part of the reason that these workouts are so useful to me personally. And also just to have that intention, like I'm going to do 5 in a row, definitely adds that pressure to do that, because you want to like, okay, I want to move on to the next rainbow or whatever your next intention is. And so it also can help create that pressure like a meet situation when you have the pressure like to make finals or to like qualify for whatever your next meet is. And so I think that that's really helpful as a mental training tool too, to have that little bit of pressure where like, okay, I've gotten 4, I need this last one and then I can move on. But if you don't get the next, like if you've done 4 throws that land tip straight in and then you miss the 5th, well then you have to start all over again with 1. And so that pressure can be super helpful for me personally as a training tool. And yeah. And then just one last piece, like as technically, then you get to learn about your javelin, you get to learn how to handle certain conditions, you get to learn like power throws, really going to bring out your thrower's block and hip hit, or the rainbow is really going to help that trajectory of the arm, and it just gives you the opportunity to learn a lot about technique and coach yourself in the fact that like, oh shoot, my block is sucking, maybe I should do like 5 of those power throws in my warm-ups today because I know that brings that out of me, and it teaches you how the javelin flies and just to be able to handle the javelin better, because it's kind of random to just be throwing a giant old stick. So yeah, that is the javelin basic throwing workout that my dad has put together for me many times, and I just wanted to share since I've been getting so many people reaching out about what to do now that they're transitioning with college or high school or whatever. They're just kind of looking for something to do, how to work on things by themselves. And so yeah, I just figured I'd share that. Hope you guys have a great week.